ihanda ang inyong mga sarili para naman sa isang diskusyon na tungkol sa isang mainit at trending issue ng ating bayan and of course ng ating mga schoolmates na nasa paaralan. Kaya naman kasama ang ating mga espesyal na panauhin, abangan ninyo po ang aming palitan ng opinyon at impormasyon tungkol sa classroom discipline dito lang sa Schoolmates!
Isigaw ang tinig mo, ihayag sa buong mundo ang karapatan, kalayaan. Buksan ang isip mo, kaalaman ang yaman mo sa karapatan, sa kalayaan.
Para sa episode ngayong gabi, tatalakayin natin ang tungkol sa viral video ng isang emosyonal daw na guro na hindi napigilang manermon sa klase. Sa naturang live stream, hindi na itago ng guro ang kanyang galit dahilan upang makapagsabi siya ng mga hindi magagandang salita sa harap ng kanyang mga estudyante. Samot-sari naman ang mga naging reaksyon ng netizens na nakapanood ng video na ito. Ipinatawag din daw ito ng Department of Education o yung guro ay ipinatawag ng DepEd upang magpaliwanag sa kanyang naging aksyon. Kaya naman guys, for this topic makakasama natin, I'm sure ito mga I feel na mas alam talaga nila yung topic talaga ngayon dahil ang makakasama natin ay isang millennial teacher at isang Gen Z teacher. Guess who's who? Ayan, yan ang game natin today. Let's all welcome Sir Reynold or Sir Ray and Sir Paul. Ayan, sir. Welcome sa ating show today. Welcome sa Schoolmates. Ayan. So, syempre, no, just a bit of a background. Don't say your schools na lang siguro, no? So, we want na maging school agnostic yung view natin and that's something that we'd like to talk more about with you, no? So, Sir Ray, ano po ba, or saan kayo na lang nagtuturo ngayon, no? Don't say the school na lang. And Sir Paul, same as well.
I mean, as of the moment, I am teaching in senior high school. I'm handling subjects like research and science subjects. And I'm also teaching in college, in a state university, a local community college. And as of the moment, I'm also doing research in school.
Right. So, thanks Sir Ray, Sir Paul. May nabalitaan ako kanina eh. Medyo may history kayo ni Sir Ray. Go.
Actually, I am now teaching naman in a private institution for almost 2 years now. No? Hindi na fresh graduate. But,
Pero fresh pa din.
Sana po. Pero yun nga po, currently, I'm teaching English subjects, including reading and writing skills, AAP, and others po. And also, I am currently an organization advisor in the school I am teaching.
Yes.
And same with Sir Ray. No, I'm also into research. So medyo research teacher ko rin siya before.
Yeah. Yun pala ang history,
Yun
no?
pala ang history,
And
yeah.
syempre, no, as mga teachers, nag-aambag pa rin tayo sa pool of knowledge, ika nga through research, which is still part of teaching. So, nabanggit nyo kanina, Sir Paul and Sir Ray, no, medyo, since may history kayo at estudyante ka dati ni Sir. So, guess who's who na nga kung sino ang millennial and Gen Z.
Yes.
So, looking back siguro sa history ninyo as mga estudyante, ano yung naabutan yung pamamaraan ng pagtuturo or at least pamamaraan ng disiplina sa loob ng mga classroom? Can you tell me about your experiences? Siguro simulan muna natin, Sir Ray.
Okay. As for my part, nung ako ay estudyante, this was during the late 90s and early 2000s. Ang teacher namin noon ay talagang mataas ang respeto namin sa mga guro. Pangalawa, talagang yung discipline nila ay talagang strict. Tapos ito yung tinatawag nating old style o yung traditional style of teaching and providing discipline na kung saan parang parent yung dating nila, they look sternly at you, seriously at you. Tapos, ito yung point na minsan nagtataas sila ng boses. At noong time ko rin, naabutan ko yung tinatawag nating corporal punishment. Na sinasabi natin, pag halimbawang ikaw ay nag-ingay, pinapa-squat ka sa either sa harapan, sa labas. Ano yung tinatawag nating face the wall?
Yeah.
No? Na, kaya naman, pag halimbawa, sabihin natin, may point din na yung kung naririnig nyo po sa inyong mga tito at tita, yung tinatawag nating, anong pwesto mo or anong place mo doon sa classroom. Row 4, malapit sa basurahan. Ibig sabihin, kung hindi man ikaw ay mahina, maaaring ikaw ay maingay.
Oh, okay. May ganun pala tayo. So,
Yes.
napaisip tuloy ako, saan nga ba ako na lugar dati?
Correct.
sa aming, sa aming classroom. Pero thanks, Sir Ray. Sir Paul, ikaw naman, ano experience
Siguro
mo?
partly dun sa nabanggit ni Sir Ray na experience ko din. But during my elementary years or maybe sa early ng secondary. No, pero yun nga, naranasan kong mapalo sa kamay before ng teacher ko kasi madaldal kami, maingay kami.
Ruler ba yan?
Parang ano siya, meter stick.
Oh my God.
Pinaharap kami sa harapan ng mga students, then pinaganon yung kamay namin and pinalo kami. No? But also, siguro nandun yung point na nag-a-adjust na yung mga teachers along the way. Nung paunti-unting tumatagal ako sa pag-aaral, nagbabago din yung way ng pagtuturo. Kasi nga, doon na nagkakaroon ng mga bagong policies, kung paano ititrato ng mga teachers yung mga student. Siguro, madalas nababalikan namin yung mga words ng mga teachers sa amin. More on words na kasi sa amin Parang yung way ng motivation nila is sinasabi nila na, for example na lang, hanggang tagapalakpak na lang ba kayo? More of that. But that's how I think they motivate their students and that's their way.
To
During that time po.
participate, no, usually.
Opo.
So, looking back naman through your parang student days, tas ngayon you are now teachers, paano nyo naman masasabi na style na ginagawa ninyo now with your students, did you apply the same style of school or classroom discipline as you've experienced? Or ano na yung masasabi nyong personal touch ninyo ngayon in, kumbaga, affecting discipline inside your own classroom? Siguro, since medyo mas experience ka, Sir Ray, ikaw muna.
Okay. As for me, for my classroom discipline, sa mga classroom course, mga classes ko, what I do or what I adapt is a little bit of everything as I see fit. And following what we call the code of ethics for professional teachers. Kasi we are expected to adhere to that. And what I do is yung may part na seryoso, lalong-lalo na at the beginning of the school year. Especially when I am laying down the rules and regulations, the expectations, what I wanted to happen or what I wanted to, I try to have them manage the expectations kung ano yung mga inaasahan natin sa kanila. And then at the same time, I also ask them what they expect from me. That's also part of the old ways. Pero they see that as something na workable for them kasi nakikita nila yung tinatawag na they participate in the learning process.
Right,
no?
right.
So it's a two-way process, and they are involved in the learning process as well. May mga pagkakataon din naman na nagiging relax ng konti kasi hindi ka naman po pwedeng maging strict all the time. We have a different set of learners right now. So naabutan ko yung last set or last group of millennials, the Gen Z, and right now I'm about to face the new the Generation Alpha. Paparating na sila. So that is one thing that I am really waiting for. And at lahat ng mga ito, there must be an adjustment. Hindi po pwedeng, kung ano yung ginamit mo sa millennial, you're also going to use those teaching style and discipline style dito. And at the same time, we are guided once again by what we call RE 7610, na tinatawag nating child protection policy, na kung saan we are imposing positive or non-impunitive or non-violent discipline. Itong klaseng disiplina na ito, it's still stern, but it is more constructive in nature. Ayun.
So, Sir Ray, move lang din ako to Sir Paul. Sir Paul, given na ikaw was in the midst also of that transition, kumbaga sa transition ni Sir Ray, part ka doon. At ngayon na nagtuturo ka na, syempre, ikaw rin, you have your own set of journey when it comes to watching kids grow, learn in your care, no? So, ikaw, ano yung personal touch mo naman na siguro or bigyan mo rin kami ng idea, meron ka bang kinary over doon sa the way nagtuturo sina Sir Ray noon na you think is still applicable sa mga estudyante mo ngayon and your own personal touch na sabi mo naman different from how your other teachers did it?
Siguro I can say na teacher ako ngayon because na-inspire ako sa mga teachers ko before. But of course, kukunin lang natin yung mga bagay na tingin natin effective sa atin during the time na estudyante tayo.
Right.
Siguro now, it's different kasi ang mga student ko ay Gen Z rin. So parehas kami ng generation and at some point, I'm trying my best to understand from their perspective na maybe may mga reason or may mga dahilan kung bakit nagagawa nila yung mga bagay. And from that, I'm trying to parang broaden my perspective or my point of view kung paano ko i-handle yung mga bagay-bagay. No, just to share with you, no, siguro sa first school ko kasi yung tinuturuan ko ngayon. And one thing siguro or one mantra that I've gotten from that institution is the mantra of firm but affirming. We need to be firm with the rules and regulation. But at the same time, we need to affirm kung saan ba nanggagaling yung mga bagay-bagay and try to understand them from that perspective. So parang ganun namin or ganun ko tinatry i-handle if in case there is an instance wherein may mga problema talagang kinakaharap inside the classroom.
So parang what I'm hearing from both of you is important pa rin sa inyo yung input din ng mga estudyante, no, when it comes to expectation setting, the way you communicate, nag-a-adjust talaga kayo, no. So now as I move naman to my next question, so Sir Ray, balik ako sa'yo, no. Bilang syempre mas marami na kayong na-witness na generations of students din and as well as in different settings, have you encountered, kumbaga, when you encounter these kinds of differences, how did you handle them distinctively? Meron ba kayong parang one remarkable na ginawa per generation? As you've mentioned, different ang way to handle millennials, Gen Zs, and alphas, or Gen alphas. So, ano sa tingin niyo yung parang, shucks, meron pala kaming ganitong kailangang adjustment, hindi ko naman naisip na the way kami magsalita, the way namin ituro isang bagay ay mag-iiba. Ano sa tingin mo yun, Sir Ray? From your end?
Pagdating sa late millennials, papunta sa early Gen Z, medyo maseryoso. Tapos medyo gumagamit pa kami ng tipong mga remnants, no? Mga lumang panahon, something like that. Medyo, it's still working with them.
Relatable pa to them.
Yes, relatable pa. Now, nung dumating na itong set ng mga Gen Z, yung talagang nasa mid na, we have to make the adjustment, just what I've said earlier, na kung saan hindi na masyadong nagtataas ng boses. And you really have to explain to them why you did something, why you reprimanded them. And at the same time, mas yung pasensya namin, mas mahaba. Parang ganon. It works both ways in private and also in public or among public learners. Kasi pareho lang naman sila ng, kumbaga, they're the same type of, kumbaga, if I'm going to make use of the biological term, they're the same type of organism. Parang ganon. So, yung mga adjustments na ginagawa namin, siguro ang pinaka mabibigyan ko ng emphasis is yung mas mapagpasensya kami pagdating doon sa latter generation o dito sa Gen Z. Kasi unang-una, hindi mo sila po pwedeng salubungin yung kanilang kagustuhan. Take note that Gen Z are more aware of their rights.
Right.
Ayun. Mas nandito kasi yung tinatawag nating advent ng social media. Kaso nga lang, kailangan natin silang tulungan na i-filter yung kanilang nakikita sa social media. Kasi napakadaming kaisipan, mentality, na akala nila, madali nilang paniwalaan. Tapos, they readily believe that without filtering that and without reflecting in the truthfulness of this particular ideas. Na pagka sinabi natin, the idea is Western, akala nila applicable sa kanila, and we're trying to help them to find the truth based on their context.
Right.
Yan po.
Parang kailangan pa rin ilagay na appropriate kung ano yung inaakto nila, kung ano yung iniisip nila, based sa saan sila currently ngayon.
Yes.
Diba? And medyo prone din tayo, I think you can both agree on this, no? Prone tayo sa confirmation bias kasi syempre mas marami tayong magkakasama. Oy, tama yun, nakita ko rin yan. Ito yun, di ba? A-accept mo lang yun. Bandwagon mo rin yung i-accept mo na lang based sa kung ano yung sinasabi ng lahat and based sa ano yung paniniwala mo, yun lang din yung i-filter mong correct, di ba? So, I think, Sir Paul, something that we also want to hear from you as well. Since medyo bago ka pa dun sa field of teaching and I'm sure that you've also learned somehow the differences in the policies or rules before. Can you share with us some of the updated DepEd policies or rules na tingin nyo ina-apply ngayon regarding classroom discipline, including the reasons na lang din siguro na nag-lead sa changes na ito? I'm sure, Sir Ray, you can also share, no? Medyo I'll leave it to both of you, but Sir Paul, ikaw mauna.
Siguro, one policy that I can remember, yung recent lang, no? Yung bawal ka magkaroon ng Facebook friend or makipagkaibigan sa mga estudyante mo. So that is one policy na pinapatupad ngayon ng DepEd.
Right.
But yeah, my reaction to that is it's hard. It's hard to follow, especially that you are building rapport with your student. It is not that you want to parang to remove the boundaries. It's not, but more of building relationship to them and for them to easily understand the lessons. Kasi pag komportable yung mga estudyante inside the class or sa teacher itself, mas madali silang natututo. Siguro yun yung pinaka-remarkable change na naaalala ko so far, na for me medyo mahirap siyang i-follow so far sa mga changes. Kasi before parang, although before kasi wala pa naman masyadong, hindi pa rampant ang social media. So maybe kaya wala pa nung policy na yon. So that's one thing I can remember.
Tsaka, for some students, easier for them to just message you on
Yeah,
Facebook na,
opo.
Sir, paano ba to, ganyan, or di na nila nahihabol, or di nila kaya i-email. So, kailangan nila ng mas mabilisang ways of
Actually, yun
communication.
din po.
Right. So, siguro, Sir Ray, Sir Paul, medyo madami tayo na share agad at this first part. Pero marami pa tayong gustong marinig din from you dahil bibitinin muna namin kayo sa aming usapan. Ngunit marami pa kayong dapat abangan sa pagbabalik lamang ng Schoolmates!